Do you need ideas to start a business? Let me show you how you can use your automatic brain to generate ideas not only to start a new business, but to also solve problems in existing business today. My name is Obrempong Toku. I'm here to help you succeed in life and in business. Let's get to the show. Now, let's see how you can instruct and use your automatic brain to give you brilliant ideas to start a business or to solve problems in existing businesses. In fact, your brain can operate two modes. You have just one brain in your head, but your brain can go from automatic to manual. Just like water can go from ice to vapor or water, your brain can also go from automatic and manual. For example, if I ask you what is 1 plus 1, you immediately know the answer is 2. If I ask you 2 plus 2, immediately you know the answer is 4. You don't actually have to think or do any calculation to know the answer. That is the automatic brain at work. But if I ask you what is 6,786 plus 4,344, you have to actually think, sometimes calculate, or you may even need the help of a calculator to get the answer. Simply because at that point, your automatic brain has failed and then the manual brain has taken over. It doesn't mean the manual brain is smarter than the automatic brain, but the way the automatic brain works is you cannot manipulate it directly. However, you can instruct it to do things for you. And there are some things that it does to keep you alive, to keep you succeeding in life without you being aware of. For example, when you are driving and you are making a phone call at the same time, which is illegal, your automatic brain is actually in charge of controlling the car. You are not aware of what you are doing. Anything you do without being aware of, such as breathing, digesting food in your stomach, your heart beating, are all controlled by your automatic brain. Your manual brain, in fact, cannot do anything to stop most of those things. You cannot consciously stop your heart from beating, for example. Even though temporarily you can stop yourself from breathing using your conscious effort, that's temporary. Most of the things that you can control, that you can consciously think about, is the manual mode. And most of the things that you cannot consciously control are controlled using your automatic mode. The automatic mode is very powerful. In fact, it occupies up to 80% of your brain's activities. Now, how do you instruct or use your automatic brain to generate ideas if the thing is automatic? Since it's automatic, how do you actually control it? In fact, the automatic brain can also be controlled using the manual brain. Now, if you want to get new ideas to start a business, this is what you have to do. It's not only for new ideas to start a business. Even when you have problems in life, problems in business, whatever, you can instruct your automatic brain because your automatic brain knows a lot. It knows a lot of things that you may not be aware of. All the things you've learned in school, in life, all the interactions you have, everything is being kept cool in the automatic brain. And it only goes there to get it for you when you need it. That's why sometimes you go to exams, you are not able to answer a couple of questions. But after coming out and working and maybe have a conversation or relaxing on bed, all of a sudden the answer comes to your head. Because now your automatic brain has gone through the library of information, all the things you have, and then gives you the answer. In a moment, I'm going to show you at which point your automatic brain is at its best performance. In fact, you can use the automatic brain to do a whole lot of things. But most of the things that has been learned by the automatic brain was done using the manual brain. Like when a child is learning to walk, you see the child learning to walk, consciously trying to prevent his or herself from falling down, and he falls down a little bit, and gradually the automatic brain learns to walk. And after that, you don't need the manual brain again. The automatic brain automatically guides you when you are walking. So the automatic brain becomes more powerful and more efficient as you get more experience in life, which normally comes by working, reading, and even growing naturally. The older you are, the more you learn, the more you practice, the more information your automatic brain gathers, and the more accurate it becomes. Now let's move on to how you use it. If you want to use your automatic brain to generate ideas, you don't need any money, you don't need any capital. All you need is just a pen and paper on your side. Now what you are going to do is 15 minutes every day. If you can do 45 minutes, that would be great, but the minimum you need is 15 minutes. 15 minutes every day, find a quiet time to think about the business problem that you want to solve. So if you want to solve a new problem, just think about it. Think from all angles. What kind of business you think you can start, where you think you can get money. Nothing is impossible at this stage. Think deeply about all the possible. Who will be your target customer? What kind of product you will produce? How are you going to sell it to the target customer? How are you going to even find the target customer in the first place? Who are you going to employ to help you? Are you going to do it alone? Just spend 15 to 45 minutes every day to think deeply about the problem from all angles. And after you've done thinking, the manual brain has done its job. The manual brain was used to think and reason around the idea to start a business. Now, the automatic brain has observed that as a task for it. After instructing the automatic brain using the manual brain, after thinking deeply about the problem at hand, which could be to solve a marketing problem in existing business or to start a new business from scratch, just move on to whatever you were doing or whatever you need to do and forget about the automatic brain. But one thing you should know, that the automatic brain will do its work quietly in the background and to give you ideas without you being aware of, without you knowing. All of a sudden, the idea just comes. So you need to keep a pen and a paper close by so that as soon as the idea comes, you quickly write it down. Because if you don't write it down, you will forget. That's how the automatic brain works. You will forget. You actually forget. It will just evaporate from your head. Therefore, be prepared to always write the idea down in a book dedicated for this task. If it happens that you don't have the book around, you can just pick your phone and use the recorder on your phone to quickly record the idea that has come, so that when you come to where your book is, you write it down. You are going to do this for 1 week. Sometimes the idea will come when you are running, when you are working, when you are reading, when you are even taking a shower, or sometimes when you are sleeping. That comes in the form of a dream. So most dreams are also important. You dream about the things that you were thinking about. So sometimes the idea will come during your dream. And one mistake that you should prevent yourself from doing is to start scrutinizing the ideas. Okay, this idea is not so good, I'm not going to write it. Okay, this idea is excellent, let me write it down. The automatic brain hates interruptions. So when the ideas start coming after thinking about the problem for 15 to 45 minutes, don't start to decide whether the idea is good or bad. The first week, your goal is to write as many ideas as possible down. And you have to write it down or find a way to record it somewhere as quickly as possible before it evaporates from your head. Write every idea down. Don't try to interfere with the operations of the automatic brain by using your manual brain to consciously think, analyze, and say, wow, this is good, this is bad. No, because the automatic brain hates interference. As soon as you do that, the ideas will stop coming, because you can only get great ideas from a lot of ideas. That's how lives work. You get quality from quantity. So allow the automatic brain to flow and flow and flow. By the end of the week, you get a chance to actually decide, this is bad, let me put it somewhere, this is good. But for now, allow the automatic brain to do its work and repeat this every day. It could be in the morning, in the evening before you go to sleep, whatever, but find a quiet 15 to 45 minutes to consciously and manually think about the problem or the business that you want to start. In a moment, I'm going to show you which of the plenty ideas to focus on. But for now, what you are going to do after the 1 week, after gotten tens or sometimes hundreds of ideas written down in a book, is to actually group the ideas into 3. The first group is called great ideas. The next group, good ideas. And the next group is bad ideas. So now is the time to take your time, use your manual brain, your conscious brain, and consciously look at every idea and mark it as great, good, or bad. Do that step by step. After that, write all the great ideas on a separate page. So you didn't need to rush. Now is the time to use all the knowledge, all the things you know, all the information you have, all the things you know about business, and then use it to group the ideas into great, good, or bad. After grouping the ideas into great, good, and bad, you are going to focus on the great ideas, and you are going to rank the great ideas based on time. You're going to actually score them. This is how you do it. You are going to score them 1 to 5. You take the idea number 1 and you ask yourself, how long is it going to take me to actually implement this idea? If it's going to take a lot of time, give it 1. If it's something that you can start immediately today, give it 5. After that, you move to value. What value is this idea going to generate for the end customer? In business, everything is about value, and value is helping others people. Whether it's a product or a service, the end goal is to help somebody, then that person will pay you money in return. Therefore, you have to rank the idea based on value. If you think the idea has very little value, give it 1. If it has a lot of values, give it 5. Then after that, move to your skill set. If you have all the skills that you need to implement this idea, give it 5. If you don't have any of the skills you need to implement this idea, even though it is great, even though your automatic brain gave it to you, give it 1. The last one is money required. If you need a lot of money to implement this idea, give it 1. If you need almost no money to start immediately, give it 5. Create a table of the ideas, and only the great ideas, and their score. You add the time, the value, your skill set, and the money required. You add all the numbers. So at the end of the day, the score will be 20 for each score. The maximum score will be 20. So score each one, score each idea. After scoring the ideas, you pick the top 3, those with the highest score. If one has 19, for example, another has 17, another has 16, pick those ones. And then put aside the ones with the lowest score, the bottom ones. Pick only the top 3 ideas with the highest score. After doing that, you are now going to develop 1 minute pitch. Not 2 minutes, not 3 minutes, not 5 minutes. 1 minute to describe each idea. You are going to talk about what the idea is about, the benefits, and who the idea is for. All in 60 seconds. The first 3 ideas, the top 3 ideas with the highest score, you develop 1 minute pitch. And what you are going to do is find somebody called idea buddies. You have a friend or maybe your parent or an adult that you know is very clever and can easily advise you. Pitch these ideas to them one after the other and watch their reactions and ask them which of the ideas is the best. Pitch idea number 1, idea number 2, idea number 3. Ask which idea is the best, and don't pitch to only one idea buddy. Find a lot, your friends, your family, your co-workers, your elders. Pitch to them. The next step is to pick the one that most people said this idea is amazing, one of the highest scoring great ideas. That's the one you are going to move to the next stage. In a moment, I'm going to show you what to do with this idea, but for now, you have to know that the only people who can actually rate the idea as great or throw it away are rare customers, because what people say is different from what they would do. The only people who will tell you the truth are not your father or your mother or your uncles or your senior brothers or your classmates. The only people who will tell you the truth are customers, because they have their money to part with. And anytime somebody has to part with money, that's when you see their actual intentions. What people say they will do is mostly different from what they will actually do. So don't take them on their words. Now, expand the pitch. Pick one idea that most people said this is great, and expand the pitch from 1 minute to 3 minutes. What we are going to do is to find potential customers, people who this idea will help, because value is about helping other people and get their money in return. You are not going to show them how to solve the problem. You are going to solve the problem for them and get their money in return. Expand the pitch to 3 minutes, and then find at least 10 people who should need your product or your service, who your product or your service should actually help, and then pitch to them. You should cover what this is about, the benefit, not the features, because features, you as a developer likes features, but what customers want are benefit. So we talk about what the product is about, the problem it solves, and the other benefits that it will deliver to them. You have to talk to at least 10 people. After doing that, watch their reactions. If most of them say, oh, this idea is okay, okay means this idea is completely bad. If they say, great, when are you finishing this product or service? When is it coming out? Where can I get it? You are on to something great. The best way to actually get this feedback is find a friend and go with a friend. Because since you have a lot at stake, and since you are the one developing, sometimes you may be biased. They say it's good, but you heard great. They say it's okay, you heard very good. Go with somebody, and after discussing with every potential customer, the 2 of you or 3 of you, if you get 2 extra people, should discuss, well, what do you think about this customer? Do you think he will like this product? Do you think he'll buy? And be honest with yourself and put the feedback down. At the end of the day, if most of the people, it doesn't need to be the majority. Since it's a new product, it doesn't need to be the majority. Even if you got 3 people out of 10 saying, wow, this is great, when is it coming out? Where can I get it to buy? You are onto something. That's the only time you move to the last stage, which I promise to tell you, is to develop a business model. A business model has 9 key components, which I will talk about in another episode. Once you develop the business model, you'll be surprised. There will be a lot of opportunities for you to take this business forward and change your life and the life of the customers that you are envisaging to help. So if you have a business and you need ideas to take it forward, or if you need ideas to start a new business, all you need to do is to consciously task your automatic brain every day for 1 week, and then write all the ideas down as they come. And after writing the ideas down, take your time to break the idea into 3 groups: great, good, and bad group. Then for in the meantime, forget about the bad and the good, and then only focus on the great. By focusing on the great, you develop 1-minute pitch for each idea, and then pitch to somebody who you believe is very smart and get them to vote on the top 3 that you rated. It's only then that you expand your pitch and talk to potential customers who will benefit from this product or service that your automatic brain gave you. And after that, you move to business model development, which is a whole journey on its own. We'll talk about in another episode. My name is Obrempong Toku. If you have learned anything from this episode, don't forget to like and share the show to be part of the business creators movement. And I'll see you on the other side of success. Bye-bye.